about order.
Sci-fi thrillers are dominating streaming right now, with mind-bending mysteries, brutal survival stories, and worlds that challenge everything we think we know. Today, we're counting down the hottest sci-fi thrillers you need to watch immediately. These shows blend edge-of-your-seat suspense with futuristic concepts that will mess with your head. Let's begin.
Much time left. Is a threat to order in the silo.
I don't care about order. Finding out the truth!
Some mysteries, they're best left unsolved.
10,000 people live in a massive underground silo, believing the outside world is toxic and uninhabitable. When a woman breaks the biggest rule and goes outside, the truth she discovers threatens to unravel everything the silo residents have been told. The series follows engineer Juliet Nichols as she investigates murders, cover-ups, and the disturbing reality behind the silo's existence. The deeper Juliet digs, the more she realizes the silo leadership has been lying about everything from the founding to what really exists outside. But it gets darker. Every question Juliet answers reveals 3 more lies, creating a conspiracy that spans generations and threatens to destroy the fragile society they've built. The show masters slow burn tension as each episode peels back another layer of deception. The show is based on Hugh Howey's Wool trilogy, which sold over 500,000 copies before getting optioned, making it one of the rare self-published novels to become a major streaming series.
You trust me?
Joel, a hardened survivor, is tasked with smuggling 14-year-old Ellie across a post-apocalyptic America devastated by a fungal infection that turns humans into mindless monsters. What starts as a job becomes a bond as Joel and Ellie navigate hostile survivors' military quarantine zones and hordes of infected along their journey from Boston to the West Coast. The show adapts the legendary video game, but elevates the emotional stakes, focusing on how trauma and loss shape people in a collapsed world. Each episode explores a different stage of infection, from freshly turned runners to blind clickers to the horrifying bloaters, proving that humanity is often more dangerous than the infected. This is proof that video game adaptations can work when showrunners respect the source material instead of trying to fix it. Most adaptations fail because studios don't trust the game's storytelling.
You want to know what's going on down there? You'll find the beginning of a very long answer.
What's happening?
What is it we actually do here?
It's important your eyes be kind. Do you know how to make your eyes kind?
Mark Scout works for a company called Lumen Industries that surgically severs employees' memories so their work selves have no memory of their outside lives and vice versa. The thriller follows Mark as both versions of him begin questioning what Lumen is hiding and why the company keeps these identities completely separate. His work self has no idea why he took the job, while his outside self can't remember what he does all day, creating an identity crisis that gets worse as the show progresses. The corporate dystopia feels uncomfortably close to reality as the severed employees slowly realize they might be prisoners performing tasks they don't understand for reasons they can't know. The mystery deepens when Mark's outside self discovers his severed self is uncovering company secrets that could destroy everything. Director Ben Stiller shot the series using only practical sets with 0 green screen, creating the unsettling sterile office environments entirely through design and lighting.
How will you be remembered?
I'm someone who fought back.
secret military project makes first contact with an alien civilization, triggering a chain of events that spans decades and threatens humanity's future. Scientists around the world begin dying under mysterious circumstances as a virtual reality game reveals impossible physics that shouldn't exist. The series follows multiple scientists racing to understand the alien threat before it's too late, as they discover an organization actively helping the aliens prepare for invasion. But it gets worse. The aliens called the Santee are traveling to Earth, and their arrival will take 400 years, meaning humanity must prepare for a war with an enemy far more advanced, knowing that everyone alive today will be dead before the battle begins. The show jumps between past, present, and future, showing how one decision in 1960s China set everything in motion. Netflix reportedly spent over $20 million per episode, making this one of the most expensive shows ever produced. It's Fallout.
Try again.
So this is Vegas, huh?
I'd ask why my dad ran into a den of monsters, but he'd probably just tell me to shut the fudge up.
Lucy leaves Vault 33 for the first time, venturing into the post-nuclear wasteland searching for her kidnapped father. What the Vault Dweller finds is a savage world of mutants, raiders, and factions fighting over resources in the ruins of America. The series blends dark comedy with brutal survival as Lucy discovers the vaults aren't the safe havens she believed, and the surface world operates on rules she doesn't understand. Her naive optimism crashes against the wasteland reality where trust gets you killed and morality is a luxury nobody can afford. The show follows three storylines that slowly converge: Lucy, the Vault Dweller, a ghoul bounty hunter who lived before the bombs fell, and a Brotherhood of Steel soldier questioning his orders. The production built practical vault sets that were fully functional, including working doors, terminals, and furniture, rather than relying on CGI environments. Foundation.
We must only the most essential pieces of civilization, guiding what is remembered, what is forgotten.
We are now staring down a barrel of a crisis.
This is the plan. I'm not turning around now.
Mathematician Hari Seldon predicts the Galactic Empire's collapse using psychohistory, a science that forecasts the future through mathematical probability. When Seldon warns the Emperor, the mathematician is exiled to the edge of the galaxy to preserve knowledge for the coming Dark Age. The series spans centuries, following multiple generations as Seldon's foundation fights to shorten the predicted 30,000 years of chaos, navigating religious extremism, political manipulation, and threats Seldon never predicted. But the plan faces a problem. The Empire has cloned its Emperor, creating genetic dynasties that rule for centuries, and these clones refuse to believe their reign will end. The show delivers massive scale with entire planets, civilizations, and timelines collapsing into war. Adapting Isaac Asimov's Foundation was considered impossible for decades because the books have almost no action and span centuries. For all mankind.
We're going to Mars, the stars, the galaxy.
Drifting right. Watch it! Eagle, this is Houston. Do you copy?
This is not the end of the race. We must keep our eyes to the future.
3, 2.
An alternate timeline, the Soviet Union lands on the moon first, forcing America to double down on the space race and never abandon lunar exploration. The series follows astronauts, engineers, and their families across decades as the space program expands to Mars and beyond, creating permanent settlements and mining operations. What starts as Cold War competition evolves into corporate space mining, geopolitical conflict over Martian territory, and the question of who controls humanity's future among the stars. But it gets crazier. Each season jumps forward a decade, showing how the continued space race changed technology, culture, and global politics, creating a world dramatically different from our own, where fusion reactors exist in the 1980s and Mars colonies operate by the 1990s. NASA technical consultants work directly with the production to ensure the alternate space technology follows realistic scientific principles.
The world you're looking for is a grain of sand on infinite beach.
I need to get home to my family. I want my life back.
Do you ever get that feeling? Want to kiss and hug her? Do it now. Tell her you love her.
Jason Dessen, a physics professor, is kidnapped, drugged, and wakes up in a world where he never married his wife, never had his son, and became a brilliant scientist instead. The thriller follows Jason as he navigates parallel universes, trying to return to his original reality while discovering that infinite versions of himself exist across the multiverse created by the Box, a machine Jason invented in this timeline. Each choice Jason made created a different timeline, and some versions of Jason will do anything to claim the life he lost. The show explores identity, regret, and whether the person we became is better than the person we could have been, as Jason encounters versions of himself who made different choices and became different people. The psychological horror comes from realizing that all these versions are equally real. Jason author Blake Crouch, who wrote the source novel, also served as showrunner, maintaining direct creative control. Dark Matter.
There's more here than you're willing to take. Mystery needs to be solved.
Hey, Lieutenant?
You know, saving your ass is not my job.
This is the beginning.
Future where consciousness can be transferred between bodies, death becomes optional for those who can afford it. Takeshi Kovacs, a former soldier, is brought back after 250 years in a new body to solve a wealthy man's murder. The series blends cyberpunk noir with murder mystery as Kovacs investigates a conspiracy involving the ultra-rich called meths, who have lived for centuries by continuously switching bodies and treating regular people as disposable. The class divide becomes literal when immortality is a commodity only the wealthy can access, while everyone else gets one life in one body. Kovacs navigates a neon-soaked San Francisco where technology has advanced but humanity has regressed into deeper inequality. Netflix canceled this after 2 seasons despite the source material having 3 books because the budget was massive and viewership dropped. The production design was incredible, but the storytelling got convoluted in season 2. Altered Carbon.
It turns out if you prick us, we bleed.
Flynn Fisher, a woman in rural America, uses advanced VR technology to witness a murder in what she thinks is a simulation, only to discover she's seeing the actual future. The series follows Flynn as she gets pulled into a dangerous conspiracy that connects her present to a dystopian future 70 years ahead, where most of humanity died in an event called the Jackpot. Time travel without actually traveling creates paradoxes, as Flynn's actions in the future start affecting her present, and powerful people in both timelines want her dead. But it gets stranger. The future can send information and technology back, but not people, creating a bizarre relationship where Flynn helps future investigators while they try to keep her alive in the past. Amazon canceled the show after 1 season despite critical acclaim because viewership numbers didn't justify the reported $12 million per episode budget, making it one of the most expensive cancellations in streaming history. The Peripheral.